Hello, I'm Emma. Welcome to Just Unique Pilates. Today I am bringing you a relaxing Pilates cool down that you can add to the end of any of your main Pilates workouts. So when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, when you're ready, sit back nice and tall onto your heels, toes untucked, feet together, knees apart. Just reach your arms in front on the mat and start to reach them away from you until your forehead drops down to the mat. And then slowly run the hands back in towards you, rolling all the way up through the spine until you're sitting nice and tall again. Reaching down, and it's almost like you're peeling off of a sticky wall, allowing your spine to roll down bit by bit and roll all the way back up as your hands draw back in. On this next one, again, roll all the way down, stretching through your arms, dropping the forehead down, and just take one arm and just tuck it underneath the other arm, between the arm and the leg. So your palm is now facing up, and you're going to turn your body to look underneath that arm, dropping the ear down towards the mat. Just hold and feel a nice stretch, and then do the same to the other side. So we've tucked the arm underneath between the arm and the leg, and we're twisting our body to look underneath that arm and get a nice stretch around the shoulder. When you're ready, reach both arms back in front and start to walk your hands over to one side, just feeling a stretch through the arms, around through the spine, and then slowly start to pull yourself up so you're on your hands and knees, but you're still reaching your upper body to the side, and then sit back on the heels, come back up again, and then sit back, and let's do the same to the other side. Walk your hands across so you're stretching to one half of the mat. Bring yourself up into a box position on the hands and knees, sit back onto the heels, and come back up into box. Just transferring the weight from the heels or the legs to the hands. Come back to center, and then slowly bring yourself back up into box again. This time you're in center. As you come up, you're just going to slightly take the weight over the wrists, feeling a little stretch, and then sit back onto your heels. Only going as much as it feels comfortable. And if you want to, you can start to increase that movement and start to drop your hips a little lower, opening out through your chest, coming into cobra, and sitting back again on the heels. Coming up, dropping the hips open out through the chest, shoulders away from the ears, and sit back onto the heels, stretching through the arms. And again, coming up, taking it to where you need to feel a nice stretch and where it's nice and comfortable. Let's sit back again onto the heels, but this time reach one leg long behind you, bringing the other leg in towards your chest, and your upper body can be on your forearms or you can be up on the hands. To increase the stretch, you can cross your front leg over the hips slightly, so your shin is more parallel to the front of the mat, to get a deeper stretch through the hips and the glutes, and then switch to the other side. Again, either bring the knee just into the chest or cross the legs slightly over your hips so your shin is a little more parallel to the front of your mat. Down on your forearms or up on the hands, whatever feels best, and your other leg is reaching long behind you. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. A nice stretch of the hips and the glutes, where we tend to get really tight. When you're ready, bring both legs in and sit back onto your heels. And let's start to lock the fingers and pull the arms back behind us, opening out through the chest. Lock the fingers and now reach them in front of the body, tucking the chin to the chest and scooping the abdominals back. When you're ready, let's bring ourselves onto our sit bones into a frog stretch. Place both feet together and let the knees open away from each other, and you can rock from side to side until it feels comfortable. Allow your upper body to fold over the legs to deepen the stretch, or bring your feet in a little closer if it's not enough stretch. When you're ready, stretch one leg out nice and long to the side, with the other knee bent and the bottom of the foot placed on the inside of the thigh of the lengthened leg. And just allow your body to reach over this stretched leg, getting a little stretch through the inner leg. And then switch to the other side. Taking one leg out to the side with the leg straight, bending the knee of the other leg so the bottom of the foot is on the inner part of the lengthened leg. And again, reach your upper body over the leg and feel that lovely stretch. Feel free to hold for a little longer if you want to. And then when you're ready, let's come back into that frog position. But this time, slowly ease your way down to your mat so your back is flat down on your mat. Feet are still together, knees are opened. And we're going to open the arms out to the side so the palms are facing up to the ceiling. And the arms are just a little higher than shoulder height. And you're going to let both legs now fall over to one side, squeezing both legs together as your head turns the opposite way. Keep switching from side to side, turning the head the opposite way to the legs, twisting from the waist down. Okay, when you're ready, come back to center, sweep the arms up and over your head until the arms are just hovering over your shoulders, palms facing away from you, fingertips pointing up towards the ceiling. Slowly draw your elbows down towards the mat so both arms are now in a right angle. And then slowly fold the arms back so now the back of the hands are on the mat. You're still in a right angle, so the shoulder and the elbow is in line, but we're just opening out through the chest and holding this lovely stretch. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Slowly start to run the hands along the mat so they're reaching nice and long along the mat, like you're stretching them to the other end of the room, and then slowly hover them back over the shoulders. Draw the elbows back down, fold the arms back, both arms in a right angle. Push the hands along the mat, keep the arms in contact with the mat as much as possible, reaching them long. And then sweep the arms back over the head, this time hugging one knee into the chest as you drop the other leg down nice and long, getting a nice hip flexor stretch. Start to circle the leg around in that hip joint and then slowly bend the knee in of the leg that was just straight and allow the leg that you just hugged into your chest to unfold and reach up to the ceiling, getting a nice hamstring stretch. Bend the knee back in and stretch it up again, and this time hold. So the other leg is bent knee, foot flat on the mat, and the stretching leg is up to the ceiling. When you're ready, that same leg that was just up to the ceiling is now going to cross over the bent leg, so just above the ankle is rested on the bent leg, and then you're going to hug the leg that was still on the floor in towards your chest. So you have one leg crossed over like a figure of four, the bottom of the foot facing out to one side and the knee facing out to the other side, and you're hugging the other leg into your chest. Let's switch and do the whole thing again. Hug the other leg in towards your chest as the leg we just stretched now reaches nice and long along the mat. Rotate that leg in that hip socket, and then the leg that was just straight on the mat can now bend so the foot is flat. And the leg you've got hugged in can straighten up to the ceiling, getting a nice hamstring stretch, and then bend the knee in. Straighten up again, and this time just hold and feel that stretch down the back of the leg. Hold above or below the knee. That same leg that is straight up to the ceiling is now going to cross over the other leg, so the bottom of the foot sticks out to one side and the knee out to the other. The leg that's still now on the mat is going to hug into your chest, and you're going to feel a lovely glute and hip flexor stretch. Just above the ankle should be rested on the thigh of the leg you've got hugged in. Keep breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Unfold the legs and hug both knees into the chest, rocking from side to side, back and forth into a ball. And then time for a full body stretch. Reach your arms and legs nice and long along your mat Imagine someone's pulling you from both ends of the room, so you're fully stretched out. When you're ready, roll onto your front, and you're just going to bend one knee so that the foot comes in towards your glutes, and you're just going to hold above your ankle and feel a lovely quad stretch. If you have any back pain, I would suggest to try this on your side where it may be more comfortable. Just hold and switch to the other side. Bend the other knee in so the heel comes in towards your glutes. Hold above the ankle with the same arm as the leg, and then drop it down. Let's take the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, so you're in a box position. We're going to slowly round the spine up towards the ceiling, looking between the legs, pressing through the hands and the knees, and then slowly ripple down from your tailbone to your middle back, to your head and chest, so that your glutes and head are lifted. And then come back up again, rounding your spine up towards the ceiling, looking between the legs, and then slowly ripple down, arching the opposite way. Sit back onto your heels into child's pose, and then slowly roll yourself up. Let's do some neck stretches. Place one hand onto the side of the head and just ease the head down towards the shoulder. I'm going to turn to face you. And just feel a lovely little neck stretch. Let the hand drop down, and now turn the head to look in towards that same shoulder and feel that deeper stretch through the neck. Turn the ear back to the shoulder, come up to center and switch to the other side. Use your hand if you want to gently ease the head down towards the side, keeping both shoulders away from your ears. Let the hand drop as your head now turns to look in towards that same shoulder, and then slowly turn the head back to center and shake it all out. Place one hand down to the side and reach your other arm up and over the head, bending to the side, and swish over to the other side. You may be on your sit bones, you may be sitting back on your heels like I am, but just keep sweeping the arm up and over to the side, bending through your waist, getting a lovely stretch, like I said, through the waist and through the arm. Good. Coming back up to a nice seated position. When you're ready, sit back onto your heels again, and let's come back to where we started. Running the hands along the mat, reaching them nice and long, and let your forehead drop down to the mat. This time you can tuck your hands under so your forehead can relax into your mat, and just allow the body to completely relax. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this little routine, do make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell button down below so you don't miss out on any of the weekly videos. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care. Bye.